Because of you, 35,000 Johnson County residents received assistance when they needed it the most. Thanks to you, last year, 140 children whose family couldn't afford the cost of preschool were able to attend the Head Start program and are prepared to enter elementary school.
So my wife and I are proud parents of 3. I have Hayden, who is 12, great kid, very personable. Then I have Harvey, which is 5, very outgoing, and then my daughter Quinn, which is 2, the youngest of the group. I found out about Head Start was from my mom enrolling my sister. And I remember the program being amazing, and she came up quite well, and now she's getting ready to start her own business. So that's the reason why I decided to bring my son here. My impression of Head Start, I like the fact that the education is first and foremost with the kids. They're constantly challenging them. We get to talk to the teachers on a routine basis, and they tell us what they're challenging the children with. Harvey has jumped in progress leaps and bounds since he's been here. He knows his ABCs. He knows well over everything he's needing to know for kindergarten. He's above the curve right now because of Head Start. His mind is such a sponge that he's just soaking everything up at this point, which is very exciting. And there's so many things to be proud of Harvey for. His outgoing personality. He's a sweet boy. He's very, very smart and so funny. The reason why I love Head Start is the affordability. Say about a year ago, I lost my job to the business that I was working for closed. So our income changed, and at the time Harvey was in preschool and weren't sure if we were going to be able to pay for preschool, but felt it was very vital for my son to have that education before he went into kindergarten. So we found Head Start and found that Head Start would be able to accommodate us, whether it be affordable or being taken care of. So having this place to be able to go to is really nice because it doesn't put a burden on our income. The United Way funding is very critical. If I wouldn't have had, or the funding didn't come in for Head Start, my son wouldn't have been able to come here. Then I would have had to try to scramble around or try to find just the right preschool, or just wouldn't be confident that he was getting the education that he needed to start his way into elementary school, and it scares me. It helps people that can't traditionally afford a preschool setting be able to bring their child to a preschool that's going to get an amazing education and a great head start into elementary.
More than 1 in 3 women have experienced domestic violence. In addition, 1/4 of our children have witnessed domestic violence.
I didn't feel like I had a voice in my relationship.
I was lost and had no idea how to even begin to start over.
I wanted it all to end, but I saw no way out.
He said he would change. He promised it was the last time. I believed him. He lied.
Turning Point works with victims and survivors of domestic and dating violence. We can work with case management, and that entails emotional support. We can accompany clients to court and help them file protective orders. We also have a shelter for any clients that are needing to flee abusive situations. Turning Point realizes that direct services alone is not enough to combat the domestic and dating abuse that we have here in Johnson County. I will go into the schools, talk about healthy relationships, red flags, things to look for, in hopes that these girls, when they get older and have these relationships, that then the things they look for in a friendship are things they're going to look for in a partner when they get older. Some students have even disclosed situations that are happening in their own homes and have been able to help their parents get out of abusive situations due to hearing about and learning about safe dates. We really need to get ahead of the problem because they are the future and they are what are growing up, and we need to help them have the tools to have healthy relationships so that we can change the stigma around it and change their lives. We work with several agencies in the county, including Girls Inc., Children's Bureau, Kick It, and also Boys and Girls Club. We are going into those agencies and just teaching their clients about healthy relationships.
Girls Inc. has been fortunate enough to have a long-standing relationship with Turning Point Domestic Violence Services for several years now, where they come in during our summer camp programs and they teach the girls about healthy relationships and healthy relationship building. And that's been a wonderful complement and collaboration with programming that we are able to provide with girls. So this really is good for our girls. It's going to help them with life skills on all the different types of relationships throughout their life.
I come to work every day because I just want to make a difference. I know how important the tools are. I know how important these services can be for victims that are getting out of abusive situations. And it's so important that they have somebody there on their side rooting for them through the whole process. Even helping one client can make all the difference.
Without you, I wouldn't have found out how valuable my life really is.
I found the road that led to an exit of the abusive life that I had suffered for so many years.
You have all helped me find the courage and strength to overcome and face many obstacles. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The Salvation Army was there when Denise needed their help the most. Sometimes just one call for help can make the difference in someone's life.
My fiance and I, we owned our own business. It was a little slow, and we needed help paying a utility bill. I had called the Board of Trustees in New Whiteland, and they had given me the Salvation Army's number. They said they might be able to help. That is where I met Julia. She connected me to the Johnson County United Way agencies, but she also offered us a job to ring the bell during the Christmas season. I was so thankful. I started becoming myself again. I started getting self-assured. I mean, the way the public reacted to me, and just the joy I felt being out dealing with people again. I got the reputation at the stores that I was ringing at as the singing bell lady. I would have my Christmas music and I would sing to the songs. People just would laugh and get such a big smile on their face, and they would sing along sometimes too and dance along with me because I would dance too. It wasn't that I was there trying to get their money. I was there entertaining them. Management just loved me. So I filled out an application, interviewed there, and was hired immediately. I felt really good about myself when that continued, but as I felt better about myself, my fiancé hated my self-confidence and the independence that I was starting to show, and that caused problems. And I had to run. I didn't have anything. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any money. So I called Julia, and I don't know why, but I needed to hear her voice, and I knew that if anybody was out there, she would be able to direct me and help me. The United Way agency was as concerned as me and knew the importance of me having this job and keeping this job. And I lived through something that a lot of people wouldn't make it through, but somehow I did. And it was from the help through the Salvation Army and God that I'm sitting here today being the happiest woman I have been in many, many years. I am a self-confident woman who everyone seems to love at work. I am rising through the ranks at work. I've only been there 6 months. I'm happy. And if you can go to bed at night knowing that you changed the course and the life of one person, your life was worthwhile. Your donation enabled someone to become the best person that they could be. All they needed was your help one time.
Because of you, 82 cents of every dollar goes back into our community. Please give. 35,000 people in Johnson County are depending on you.
My children's education is on the right track because of you. Thank you.
Thank you for making a difference in my future.